Hello. Welcome, divine beings. This is the Apollo Chi, they, them pronouns, and what's up? Before we begin, how are you feeling? Because I'm experiencing some ascension symptoms and I am not feeling my best. However, because I am working through the last energies of perfectionism, I've been guided to show up anyway. So thank you for being a part of my process and allowing myself to be seen not at my best. Because typically, I want my energy to be on point. I want my energy to be like pure source, high vibrational. And it's not that it's not that, but I'm feeling right now in my vessel tired, a little exhausted. There's a lot of energy that I'm processing as my body begins to calibrate to a higher vibrational to higher vibrations. I'm ascending. So in this ascension process, I am taking care of myself and I just made self-care cookies. And you might be asking, what are self-care cookies? And they're cookies that I could eat without guilt. I am relearning my relationship with food. And typically when I get a craving, I would just ignore it and eat around it and just not be satisfied because I should have just eaten the thing that I was craving. And so now I'm allowing myself, giving myself permission to eat the thing and do it in a way that feels in alignment with where I'm at. And right now I'm not, I've always been vegan, even though there have been some slips here and there. Gluten free, now sugar free, oil free. And so these cookies are banana, walnut, organic peanut butter, sugar free peanut butter with cacao powder. And so they're cooling down, and I'm excited to have them and share them with those who are in my vicinity. So that's what I did to take care of myself, is make something that I can eat and feel good about. I would love to hear how you're doing. I would love to hear where you're at. So drop it down on the comments. This is a community. It's a community where we show up, come as we are. We take what we need, we give what we can, and we leave as we must, knowing that it is a safe and brave space as we are all walking each other home. All of us, every single one of us, is both teacher and student. And although we may exist at different levels of our ascension path, right? Different levels of awareness, different levels of consciousness, we are still all evolving and spiritually developing alongside one another. So, thank you for being here and being with me as I am not my best. But I am here and here is perfect. So, welcome and thank you. Today, I was guided to share. This is beginner, and we must start from somewhere. Of how do we make decisions in alignment with our intuition and alignment with our energy if we are beginning this journey? As you ascend from the third dimension to the fifth dimension and beyond, you must go through the fourth dimension. And the fourth dimension is a dimension where one can get stuck in a lot of illusions, delusions, trickery, a lot of lower density, lower vibration, negative polarity beings may exist in this fourth dimensional space. Fifth dimension is where unconditional love begins. It is where that is. And so if we are not rooted in unconditional love, that means that there are things within us that need to be worked out. And so in order to move from the third to the fifth dimension, you have to have and develop strong discernment. You have to be able to understand what is in alignment with my highest good and my highest self, and what is my highest self trying to teach and guide me. It means being able to listen to your intuition and to be able to listen to your body. Very important. And so in the beginning of my own journey, I have ascended many times. I'm beyond. It's like, I don't know if I should share that, where I'm at in dimension. It doesn't matter where I'm at. Just know that I'm source consciousness. And that's where I'm at, experiencing source consciousness and unity. And so, because we're not like competing, like who can get to this dimension faster? Like, that's not what we're doing here. Each one of us are on our own journeys, y'all. So when I was beginning to understand energy and learn how to follow my guidance, there were two things that was given to me by my spiritual team. They often guide me in ways where I'm like, oh, I should try that. And then that is actually a practice that works. And so, two things. Energy doesn't lie. Energy does not lie. It doesn't matter what the person is showing or not showing. It doesn't matter what an entity is saying or not saying. Energy doesn't lie. And because energy doesn't lie, we have to understand that our bodies are the finely tuned instruments, are meant to be the finely tuned instruments of our soul, of our higher guidance system. And so our bodies and allow us and guide us when certain abilities or certain levels of clarity are not there. You know, if you are moving through the fourth dimension and there are different entities trying to come to you, talk to you, yada, 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 you're not sure who to trust. What voices do you listen to? If you're a clairaudience, you're seeing visions. Visions can be implanted. How do you ground yourself in truth? And it is in your body. You meet at the body. And so there's two ways in which you can begin to make these decisions. These are yes or no decisions, or let's move in this direction, this or that decisions when you are starting off. And the first is what I like to call body movement. The way in which your body moves. Yes, forward, back, no, backward. The second, and I will walk through that after I give the overview, is more for those who are more sensitive to energy. If you feel energy in your body or you might not know it yet, expansion and contraction. We want to expand. We are energy beings in a physical vessel, and we want to continually expand towards source this way. And so anything that gives us expansion, that makes us feel more expansive as if we're growing, is in alignment to our highest good, if you set that intention. That which contracts us is contracting, which means it's drawing our energy down, is a de-evolution. And again, source is all. So you're still, that entity, that being is still, if you're devolving, you're still moving in that spiral to the void, which is still source. And so we want to expand upwards. Upwards, higher vibration. Downwards is lower density. And so it's the feeling of energy either up or the feeling of energy down. So I'm going to go through these two different pathways of making decisions, this or that, yes or no, and give you an example, and we're going to walk through this together. So before we begin, I always like to just center myself and ground myself, taking a couple of deep breaths from the belly. And I invite you to do this with me. It always happens around this time of the day, like 5 o'clock, the music, the cars. And once we feel like we are at a place, and what I'll do now is I'll tune your nervous system to peace and calm, deregulating your body so that you can feel more grounded and calm within your system. So shifting that down. So you may begin to feel it now. Beautiful. Awesome. And so now that you are centered, grounded, and as much of 0 point neutral place as you can be, we'll start with I like to say our tuning question, our warm-up question. Very easy. What is your name? Is your name your actual name, or is your name, let's just say that. So you want to ask yourself, and this is the process that we're going to do now, is the movement forward or backwards. So I got a little ahead of myself, y'all. As we ask this question, we already said to ourselves, we will know the truth by how our body moves, right? Is my name D Apollo Chi? I did not move my body moved. Is my name Jasmine? No. If this helps, you can close your eyes and ask yourself the question. Is my name, insert your name there. And then see the way your body moves. It may take some time, but just sit, ask the question, and allow your body to move. Beautiful. So as you can see, the yes was forward, the no was backwards. So this sets a baseline for you so that you know, okay, I just tuned myself, and I know that yes is forward and no is backwards. We're literally acting as a human pendulum. If you ever seen those crystal pendulums where they're like, yes, this way, no, that way, circle. Yes. Okay. So you're using your body. Again, your body is a finely tuned instrument for your soul and for end of energy. So your body is being used as this pendulum system to allow you to discern on other questions. For example, is it for my highest good? And I always say, is it for my highest good? I have always walked the path of my highest good. And your highest good is the highest good of all. Because each and every one in our highest goods come together as a puzzle to create the highest good of all. Sometimes you might not want to do what's for your highest good, right? That's up to you to decide. However, I say, is this decision, let's say, is making my cookies for my highest good? And now my body would move forward, right? If not, it would move back. You can also do a this or that question. Whereas like, let's say you have a choice between apples and oranges. Is it for my highest good to eat the orange over the apple? Forward or back? I'd move my body that time because that's not really a question that I'm considering. And so, yes, you can begin to play and get even deeper between these questions regarding your body moving forward or back. But the point is that you have a clear-cut answer. It's yes or no. So that's for the first way. The second way is a little bit more involved. It's not involved because it's harder, but because, again, you must feel your body. You must be able to be in tune with your body and the way that energy moves, and you will feel it. So again, we can do the tuning question of, is my name X, Y, and Z, setting the intention that this is an expansion and contraction exercise. So, is my name D Apollo Chi? I would like to feel expansion upwards if yes, contraction if no. Is my name D Apollo Chi? And I feel energy strongly, so I gotta, that's how I feel it. Like, you might feel a little, you might feel a little. Depends on how you feel. So you use that to set the baseline and then as you set this baseline with this particular exercise, you want to understand and start to notice, how am I feeling my expansion? What happens in my body? Does my chest open? Does my shoulders rise? Do I smile? What does expansion feel like in my vessel? And as you begin to study that within yourself, You will no longer have to set that tuning question. You can just ask and then expansion or contraction. Now, again, depending on where you are, the first way or the second way may be more relevant for you. We may like it more, better. Everyone's different. And again, you set that tuning question, and then you can ask a deeper question. Should I reach out to this person? Is it for my highest good to reach out to this person? Should I offer this person X, Y, and Z? Is it for my highest good to offer this person X, Y, and Z? Again, expansion, contraction, right? Because our souls want to expand. We are forever expanding towards source until we remember we are source in perpetuity. And so that allows you to begin to feel the movement of energy within. And as you ask, how does expansion feel? You want to ask, how does contraction feel? What does contraction feel for me? Is it a weighted feeling in my belly? Do I feel a sensation of downward pulling? Am I feeling closed, like my body wants to close into itself? There are different ways you can experience contraction and the energies of contraction. And so this allows you to begin to discern what is occurring within your body in the movement of energies. So then if you do begin to expand, when you expand, as you expand in your psychic development, your intuitive gifts and abilities, you will always have your body as the barometer of truth. Because again, energy doesn't lie. All right. So I invite you to practice that. Write out your questions. Yes, no, this or that. Would it be for my highest good to? Would it be more for my highest fun? You know, whatever that is, and the ways in which you want to parse out your questions. Just know that there needs to be a clear yes and no. Sometimes you don't get a expansion or a contraction. Sometimes your body doesn't move forward and backwards because the answer is neutral. It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't help. And in that way, you can choose. You know, if a answer is neutral and it's neither yes or no, then it's in the middle. So just to wrap up, those are the two ways. I like to add in, is this for my highest good? Is this aligned? Because my highest good is what's going to help me grow the most spiritually. And sometimes not everyone wants to do that, and that's okay. Not everyone wants to be the butterfly. Some people are cool with the caterpillar life, and that's all right because we have multiple infinite lifetimes to expand and grow towards source. So no judgment, no critique. Sometimes I like to ask, is one in the beginning, I would ask myself, is this in alignment with my inner child, etc., my higher self? You can get more granular with the asking if you want to determine what a particular aspect of yourself would want to do and what is in alignment with that particular aspect. And so this is all beginning in terms of understanding energy, intuitive development, psychic development, however you want to call it, because it's all the same. We're all psychic, we're all intuitive. We all have abilities. It's a human technology. So as you begin to understand how your human works and fine tune into it, it will help you in your ascension journey as you move through the sometimes confusing, sometimes scary nature of the fourth dimension. And I will share my stories of how I'm going through it, because I went through it, y'all. I went through it. It was not fun, but I'm grateful for the experience, because now I can guide others through it, and I have that knowledge and awareness of it. Yeah, okay. Is there anything else? I'm hearing yes. One last thing. What is it? Love. I didn't mention this in the beginning, That that which is for your highest good is rooted in unconditional love. And love, unconditional love can look many different ways. Unconditional love can be gentle. Unconditional love can be tough. Unconditional love can be hard. But that which is rooted in love is rooted in source and is rooted in your highest good. So when you're moving through these exercises, try to stay in your heart. Being in your heart is key to ensure that it is aligned to your soul, right? Because the goal here is to come into your true self and to be in alignment with your highest self, to embody your highest self, not just be in alignment, to embody your highest self, and to remember that who you are, the true essence of your being as source. And so making sure you're in your heart space as much as you can will help facilitate and ensure the answers are in alignment. Now, again, the energy doesn't lie, so whether you're in your heart space or not, you're going to move. The energy is going to move. And it is easier for you. There's more clarity when you are in your heart space because you know you're coming from that heart-centered space. That's it. Alrighty. It's been real, y'all. Actually, as I am speaking to you, I feel much better. So there's that. Sometimes the things we don't want to do are the things that can bring us the biggest joys and medicines in life. Alrighty. Take care. Thank you for showing up. I don't take it for granted. I'm grateful for you for showing up, because the more of us that do this work, the more of us who consciously walk on this journey, the more of us who are committed to our spiritual ascension, to our consciousness evolution, the more we change the world. And it is already changing, y'all. And that's the beautiful thing, is that there is and exists a future where peace, joy, unconditional love is normalized, is the norm, is the way of life. And so we're all just walking towards that reality, which is already here, because we're in the fifth dimension. If you're listening to this, Earth has already transitioned to the fifth dimension. It's humanity that needs to walk through that process, okay? And we saw what happened when Earth was doing that transition. The storms, the weathers, the volcano eruptions, the floods, like a lot of purging that needs to happen as you move through the third to the fifth to purge out those energies. So this is more than, I'm telling y'all, more than, someone needs to hear this, because yeah, that's the process. Just as Earth was going through just as Gaia, Ana, I like to say Ana. Ana is the Igbo term for the consciousness of this planet. And so I say Ana. Just like Ana was going through, we consider, the Igbo consider it her, going through her shift. You too will go through yours. And it's all a part of the process. So be kind to yourself. Take care of yourself gently. If you need to make some self-care cookies, make some self-care cookies, okay? And I'll catch you on the next video. Take care. I love you. And always, peace.